Hey everyone, it's YJ, and I am 9 months on testosterone. I wanted to give a little update on mental, emotional, and physical changes that have been going on in the last month, as well as an overview of just sort of where I'm at. So, physically, acne is at a high both on my face, my chest, and my back. So I'm considering using something more than over-the-counter medication to deal with that. That's my face. If it's changed, so be it. Body fat redistribution, I can definitely feel it. A lot of the body fat that was in my extremities, especially my thighs and my arms, have relocated to my stomach area. So that somewhat gives me a more straight look, but that's the thing. When I talk about hair that's grown, I've talked about it or mentioned it a lot in different videos. It's definitely not to the extent that a lot of other trans guys face, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm Asian, and so I have a little bit of a happy trail, and my leg hairs definitely have gotten thicker, and I've grown a lot more hair. Facial hair as well has started growing in, but it's definitely not to any extent that maybe other trans guys have. So I don't have chest hair, and my happy trail really only exists underneath my belly button. Body odor, it's getting a lot hotter outside, and where I live there's a lot of humidity, and so just dealing with that has been a journey. Mentally, I think I care about things less, as in they don't bother me as much, and I know that's something that some trans guys notice pretty early on, but that's something that I've just noticed recently. My anxiety has been somewhat low recently. My libido has dropped, and my mental health has been pretty poor. I was talking to my therapist about sort of where I am in terms of my transition, and we were talking about how this happens to a lot of trans guys, that they get to a certain point in their transition, particularly more binary leaning guys, where they feel like they sort of worked through all the tension and the conflict and the troubles that come along with transitioning, and worked through most of their dysphoria and sought treatment in a lot of different ways, and it's a really lengthy and tedious process to get access to hormones, to surgery, to really commit to this transition in whatever capacity trans men feel like they must go through, or none of that at all. They get to a point, and I've gotten to a point, where I feel like my trans identity isn't as relevant as it used to be. Being trans used to be the singular identity that consumed my being. It was at the center of everything that I thought about, every person, every bit of person that I was. It influenced how I presented myself, it influenced the way that I analyzed things and people and interaction, and that's just not the case anymore. I mean, being trans is a big part of my identity, but especially after having, I guess, come out at large to people and really worked through that, it's something that is less important to me, and my therapist told me that it was okay. I think I needed to hear that, because being in trans spaces, I don't feel like I can relate anymore, because I feel like I'm in a different point in my life where I've sort of processed my trans identity and worked through it, and at this point I want to be more than my trans identity. And so does that mean that I'll go stealth in the future? Potentially, maybe, I don't know. I'm in a situation right now where I don't think that's possible, because I know so many people that knew me before. But there will be a point where I will have the opportunity to be stealth if I want to be, and it's something that I think about a lot, because it's not something I want to hide, and it's something that I do want to be vocal about. I want to do so with the caveat that people understand that I can be more than just my trans identity, and I want people to see that trans people are more than just their trans identities. And so I guess that's my new goal with the upcoming school year in the fall. Yeah, so I've been working on a collab channel called My First Year on Tea, and it's where we post about a topic weekly. The reason I joined is because I want to see more people of color in these collab channels talking about their experiences, really gaining an audience. This has pretty much become an opportunity for me to document changes that have happened, or more so just like life updates incrementally over the months, just to get a general ballpark of where I've been over the months. And so while these updates will probably cease to exist after the 1 year mark, or they'll become less frequent, I'm hoping that I will continue posting content that is otherwise relevant